Hi, my name is Cheryl Jacob. I come from South Africa and I run a company called Reasonate. Reasonate is really a consultancy collective that's meant to support social entrepreneurs and the social impact players to really do more so that we can change the face of the continent and how we look at social entrepreneurship and impact the social economy. I think it's really important that we think about collaboration. I think way too often we work in silos, and I think the sector requires us to work in collaboration. If anything, social, if you look at the word social in itself, it's really about community. And I think it's about really developing a community of social entrepreneurs who can work together and solve problems collectively. And so for us, it's Reasonate when we work with social entrepreneurs and we work with ecosystem players. Really collaborating is where our value lies and how we convene spaces. And so partnering with the annual African Conference on Social Entrepreneurs makes perfect sense, because why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we want to be in a space where we have a convening of social entrepreneurs coming together to solve problems collectively? These kind of convenings are so important for the ecosystem at large. And I think the more of us who come to these gatherings where we can talk to each other, learn from each other, solve collective problems together, I think is the value of an Akose. And I think if you're someone out there and you haven't yet attended, I think you totally need to be here. If you're on the continent and you call yourself either a social entrepreneur or you work in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, then you definitely need to find yourself in this room, because I think the value of us as African social entrepreneurs and ecosystem enablers is when we can come together collectively and we can start to ideate, solve, or share lessons collaboratively, where the value lies for us to be able to solve our own problems. And just being in this room, I am so excited that these conversations are happening. I think for a very long time we've been working in this sector, but very much in isolation as different countries, whether it's South Africa or Kenya or Ethiopia. But now we're actually saying, can we come together and can we think together? And I think the think tanks that come out of rooms like this is where the value lies. And so I'm really putting a call to action that if you're not in the room this year, then next year you have an opportunity to do that.